You followed Felix to a bathroom. Tell me why you can't feel that. Felix glared at you, knowing you was hiding something. I don't know, it just doesn't hurt. You try to play it off and lie to him. You clench your hands nervously. He grabbed them and you swear you just for a second. Felix was Jungkook. You stepped back in fear, clearly showing you distressed. He stared at you confusedly. Bad memory? Felix questioned you while soaking a cloth in warm water. Yeah, you shook your head, trying to shake away your feelings for Jungkook along with it. Felix grabbed your wrist and pulled you close to him. He stared at you straight in the eye, which was pretty intense, not gonna lie. You always look hurt. Felix admitted to you, noticing how every so often you would be caught off guard thinking about Jungkook. No, no, you stuttered and then immediately after wanting to facepalm yourself. Tell me, what's on your mind? Felix asked with a soft and gentle tone. You sigh, giving up. He was going to find out eventually. If you was going to be killed, it may as well be now. Me and Jungkook, you sigh, not wanting to say it. What, you were more than friends? A small smile appearing on Felix's face while letting out a slight chuckle. Your lips made a O shape in shock. I knew exactly why he didn't put you on his fighting squad. I just didn't want you to think that I was using you, Felix admitted as he dabbed the cloth on your lip. Both of your faces were slowly inching forward. Because I find you quite attractive, he grinned at you. Oh, really? You giggled at him. Yeah, he nodded. If you need someone to help you forget about Jungkook, I think you have found your man, he whispered in your ear, sending shivers down your spine. He leaned in, you closed your eyes, finally feeling his lips on yours. He was kissing you slowly, savoring it almost. Jungkook and you hadn't even kissed, and you met this guy a few days ago. But weirdly, you enjoyed the kiss. He pulled you closer to him, deepening the kiss. He licked your lip for entrance, and you gave it to him. You both kissed for a good while before someone walked into the bathroom. You immediately broke the kiss, turning away from Felix. Oh no, Nina chuckled tightly at you both. You blushed as you rubbed the back of your neck awkwardly. You interrupted us. Felix glared at his twin angrily. Well then, maybe you should have locked the door. She replied back to him cheekily, but the kiss didn't feel right. It was good, but it wasn't right. He wasn't the right person for you. It's like the longer you are away from Jungkook, the more you miss him, and it's eating away at you. I thought I did, Felix mumbled, annoyed at his sister. She smiled evilly at him. You liked her. She seemed cool for the most part. What's the next task? You asked, breaking the silence. Rest, Felix warned you. No, I'm fine. You shrugged, showing him you was okay. Oh, Felix wants to protect his girlfriend. Nina teased him. She got a giggle out of you. Felix's face immediately light up at your laugh. Oh my god, you're like completely falling for her. Nina showed his shoulder playfully. Come on, girl, before my brother eats you alive like the demon he is. She challenged her brother. You stood between Felix and Nina, not sure who to go with. Nina held out your hand and you grabbed it. Sorry, Felix, girl power. You winked at him while being dragged off by Nina. He's into you. Nina jumped onto her bed, causing her to bounce straight back off and onto the floor. You covered your gaping mouth with your hands as she blinked at you a couple of times. You both erupted into laughter at the same time. Are you okay? You gasped for air, wiping the joyful tear from your eyes as you grabbed her hand, pulling her up off the floor. Yeah, I'm fine, she snickered, slowly climbing onto her bed this time. I wondered if he will ask you to the winter dance. Nina raised her eyebrows at you. Winter dance? You questioned her curiously. Her jaw immediately dropped. You have never been to the winter dance? Nina gasped, shocked. No. You stared at her with a blank expression on your face. The winter mafia dance, you know, only the biggest ball of the year. Nina gushed just thinking about it. Who are you taking? You asked her, assuming she was going with someone by the way she talked about it. Ah, it doesn't matter. She shrugged unbothered. Yes, it does. You sat on her bed with her sprawled across it. Tell me, you begged with a persuasive tone, nudging her. I'm going with a guy called Ben. She grinned shyly. You really like this guy? You giggled. Yeah, I have liked him for about a year and he asked me yesterday, she explained. Oh, that's sweet. Plus, you're hot. I'm surprised you didn't have a million guys chasing after you. You scoffed at her. Stop, all the guys' heads will rise in your direction when you walk in. She rolled her eyes with a smile. Both heads. She winked, making you laugh. You are dirty minded. I like you already. You smirked, high fiving her. Are you excited for the next task? Nina asked questioningly. What is it? You shrugged, not too worried about it. The pain scale. Nina shuddered at the thought. What's that? You asked with a worried expression. Basically, we attach these little sticky pads to you that stimulate the same pain as someone punching, kicking, stabbing, and shooting you. Nina explained as quick as she could. I don't think Felix will let you do it. Why not? You frowned your eyebrows. You're already hurt. You can only do it if you have no injuries. I'm doing it anyway, you muttered to her before lying next to her. You are tired? You stared at her. Yeah, it's been a long day, she nodded. You was curious to see how real this pain stimulation feels. About an hour had passed and the group reassembled. This is the pain test or the pain simulation, Felix announced to everyone. It stimulates pain such as punches, kicks, getting shot and stabbed, etc. Felix rambled on. Up first, Ryan, you announced, but then he instantly stared at you confusedly. No, he grabbed your wrist, stopping you from going into the room and laying on the bed. Boss, it's a crucial part of the test, the doctors who sat by the bed announced. Felix sighed before releasing your wrist. Don't grab me like that again. You glared at Felix, who just blinked at you. You lay on the bed or chair type thing with the doctor place sticky pads on you. Now you need to remember that this is fake. You are not actually being stabbed or shot. The doctor reminded you as you nodded in response. He started the simulations. At first you couldn't feel anything. You started to feel pain around 5 minutes in, Felix watched anxiously as you just sat there, but then suddenly the pain went from about a 2 out of 10 to about an 8. You winced in pain and you noticed Felix call at the doctor. You had the buzzer in your hand to tell them to stop, yet you hadn't clicked it. You groaned in pain, clenching onto the side of the bed. Everyone was watching in shock. Okay, that's enough, Felix yelled at them, seeing you in pain before opening the door to the glass room. She has to stop it, not us, the doctor warned Felix, who was close to killing him. He quickly stared back at you. Press the F button, Ryan, Felix demanded. You couldn't seem to let yourself press the button. It was extremely painful. Yet you didn't seem to care about it. Maybe because physical pain was more bearable than your mental pain. You can't admit you are in pain because that would mean admitting you are broken, just as broken as Jungkook. You quickly came to the realization that you was never happy except for when you was with Jungkook. Yet for some reason he pushed you away and you just let him. So you would rather sit through the physical pain than enjoy your mental one. You would rather spend every waking hour in physical pain than be haunted by the thought that nobody wanted you, nobody needed you, so you didn't press the button. You let out a groan, scaring Felix. Stop the F machine, Felix roared, which was the last thing you remember. Your eyes fluttered open only to see that you was back in Jungkook's room. He sat next to you on the bed. Jungkook, you muttered. Hey, he smiled, stroking your cheek. I am sorry, you whimpered, your eyes burning up with tears. It's okay, I am the one who should be sorry for lying to you. He stared at you lovingly. I miss you. A painful tear slid down your cheek. Why? I am a horrible person. He stared at you confused before he chuckled lightly, brushing your tear away with his thumb. I miss you too. You were the only one who understood me. He beamed. You swear. He was glowing with happiness. Jungkook, I think I'm broken. You whimpered to him as you played with his hands, your eyes still watery. Baby girl, I'm the definition of destruction. Maybe it's best that we didn't stay together. He whispered hesitantly, not looking at you anymore. You can't break what's already broken, you muttered. He turned his head, looking like he was in shock. I shouldn't let you go. You made me happy. You made me feel free. He shook his head, his voice close to breaking. We are prisoner of the mafia. Another tear ran down your cheek, taking your happiness with it. We are prisoners of our fathers. He looked up at you with hurt in his eyes. Maybe in another life, he smiled slightly. I wanted it to be with you in this life, you sniffled. When do we get what we want? He laughed slightly before kissing the tear off your cheek. You should probably wake up, he sighed. This is a dream? You widen your eyes at him. Yeah, he smiled, staring at the ground, sitting at the edge of the bed next to you. Jungkook, I think I'm falling in love with you. His eyes widened in shock as his head turned to you. Don't, don't fall for me. Already I am. You'll get hurt. He stared at you for a moment. You stared at him back with the same intensity. You held his collar before leaning in, and right before both of your lips touched, pulling him into deep and passionate kiss. You shot up, you sat up, your heart pounding. The room was dark. Felix was laying next to you in the bed. Bad dream? He asked. You was silent for a while. Yeah, something like that. You lay back down. Where are we? You asked him. In my room, he whispered gently, careful not to spook you. What happened? You asked curiously, glancing around the room. You didn't press the buzzer, so you passed out from pain. He faced the ceiling, not staring at you. They had you on the highest setting for normal people and you couldn't feel it, so they turned it up. He almost sounded angry at you. You can be angry, but I didn't choose to be like this. I became numb, you uttered to him. So you can be angry, but I won't care. I feel like I am a different person now. I feel empty. I'm not angry, he sighed defeated. You just didn't deserve that. He turned to you and stared at you with the most purest eyes. He was the complete opposite of Jungkook and the complete opposite of what you wanted. You knew you was about to make a bad decision, but you didn't care anymore. You turned to Felix. You are still thinking about Jungkook? Felix raised his eyebrows, asking with a soft tone. You nodded slightly. He leaned in slowly, and so did you. You both started to kiss. It slowly turning into a makeout. Felix turned to you over so that he was on top of you. You kissed him slowly but angrily. You are taking out all Jungkook's anger on the kiss. Before tugging at his shirt, signaling him to take it off, he did. You ran your hands along his abs. He practically pulled your shirt off, kissing your neck, probably guessing that it turned you on, which it did. Is it okay if we continue? He asked. You paused for a moment. I want to move on from Jungkook, so it's not wrong, right? You thought, Is the mafia man asking me for consent? You guessed sarcastically. You earned a smile off him. Yeah, of course, you nodded before going back to kissing, and with that, you both started doing it.